Hello! Welcome to the stream. Oh, is it stable? It's doing its thing. It's working it out. Easy does it. We only lost a few frames. Everything's fine. We're good. We're live. Hello! Welcome to Factorio Ribbonworld. Welcome to the stream. There's already so many people in chat because I actually gave people warning about this stream. A whole, 25 minutes warning. And I'm only 2 minutes late going live. So we're already off to a fantastic start today. Welcome to everyone who's already here, and there's a lot of you. Hello. Those who are new to this and may have just tuned in and tried to watch from the beginning, you can catch up. YouTube streams have this weird thing, which is the one thing they have over other streams, which is where you can watch back at more than one times speed if you're behind. So you can speed up and catch up if you turned up late. It's great. It's a thing. Yeah, things are going smooth. We lost 20 more frames, but that's very few frames in the grand scheme of things when we're making 30 of them a second. We'll see how the stream holds up. Fingers crossed. No crashes today. No stream just straight up cutting out because my internet is I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. Let's be down for a bit. That seems like how this works. Sure. So yeah, well, welcome. I think we're already at Timothy 1. We have at least one Timothy present out of 5. I think it's 5. There might be 6 now. I'm losing track. There's so many Timothys watching my streams that it's hard to even know what our limit is on Timothy levels. Also, I'm very, very sorry to all the UK and close to UK-based people for whom it is currently midnight or vaguely around there, but I'm bad at time. Shush. Turns out if you don't have a standard work time to maintain, your sleep just slips just a smidge, and times like midnight become completely normal for you. The Last Predator says, Bentham, when Patreon? Maybe tomorrow? I have got it mostly done. I need to make a banner image, so I'm going to just mash up screenshots of my favorite games and I don't know, and work out a nice font to put my name in or something. And then I need to make a video where I talk about it and other things. And then another video where I just talk about that, so that there's a Patreon video where I'm not talking about Patreon and also other random things. For some people, the time is perfect. For some people, it's just in the evening. You're back from work. You've eaten, and now you're settling down to watch your streams. And hey, here I am. So there you go. Perhaps try the XKC 28-hour day. I think sometimes my brain tries to make me try that, and I don't commit. I just end up somewhere in between, and it's not great. I'm not putting it in Comic Sans. I checked what it looked like in Comic Sans, and it wasn't good. Nothing looks good in Comic Sans. It's 1 AM here and I've been playing Factorio for hours, and probably a few more hours. Sorry. Hey, that's all you can do when Satisfactory isn't currently available. We're in this horrible between period where we can't play Satisfactory. What are we supposed to do with our lives? Oh wait, Factorio. It's perfect. It's here for us. When Satisfactory runs away and leaves us without fun factory games to play, Factorio is always there. But yeah, so here we are, welcome. Oh, excellent, you worked out train signals. They are fun. You can now do very fun train things. It's great. As soon as the block system clicks in your head, it becomes just, everything's easy from then on. You're like, oh, you just have to put the signals just and the blocks, and the trains will just stop if the block's full, and that's it. That's the whole system. There's not some sort of crazy galaxy brain complex thinking going on. It's literally, if the block is occupied, the train stops. And as soon as that actually properly clicks, you're like, oh, this is great. I can do this now. That's how signals work in Factorio. How many more episodes of Satisfactory? We've just had number 6 come out. There are another 6. We are halfway through the series. I've already recorded all of them, and they're all going to be scheduled out, and they're all going to be releasing over the next week until the 12th, at which point Satisfactory comes out in early access, and I'll probably start a new series again with its slightly updated form, if it even is different. I keep seeing my lights going orange on OBS and losing a few more frames, and I'm concerned, but it's in really small bursts, which is weird. Doesn't usually do that. But yes, I've got 6 more episodes of Satisfactory recorded, and just to try and mitigate the damage, I'm gonna tell you that later on I work out you can rebind the hotbar. I work it out. You don't need to keep telling me in comments. Please stop telling me. I know you can bind the hotbar now. I work it out in like episode 8 or 9 or something, and I'm so embarrassed. But and the moment I did that, I'm like, oh, I've got so many videos coming out before this one, in which everyone's gonna be like, you can rebind it, you know? You can bind stuff to it, including episodes where I deliberately complain that you can't bind stuff, and you can, and it's so. This is the pain YouTubers feel. The moment you batch record something, you discover something in the final episode of the batch recording that you realize everyone's going to be telling you about for every single episode until that final one comes out. It's just the worst. It is the singular worst thing. Well, welcome to the problem of backlog. Indeed. I should have filled up on water before I started this. That might be a problem. I'm already critically low. Nice try, the green key. I see what you're doing. Oh, everyone's doing it now. No, what have I done? Forget as well. There's a 30-second delay on YouTube streams, so it takes a minute for it all to hit. Oh dear. Shall we play some Ribbonworld? Shall we play some Factorio? I think we shall. It's about time. Let's load up the game. Oh, also, by the way, everyone, guys, I've hit 30,000 subscribers. What? I've been stuck at 28,000 for over a year. I went back and checked. I hit 28,000 in February, and then I hit it again in, like, November, going backwards, and then I hit it again in, like, January, going forwards again. It's been a journey. But in the last week, I've gone up by 2,000 now. So yeah, that's happened. Turns out, people like Satisfactory, and they really like Factory Town, which honestly I'm more surprised about. I was expecting there to be a nice boost with Satisfactory, nowhere near the scale it actually is, but Factory Town I was just expecting to do decent, and I've actually got more views on the first episode of Factory Town than I have on the first episode of Satisfactory, which is weird and confusing and strange. But yes, I now have lots more subs, apparently, and it's great. And it's also why I'm like, okay, now I need to finish the Patreon while everyone's here. Should probably do that thing. So it's nearly done. I'm gonna try and finish it maybe tonight for launch tomorrow, or at the latest Friday. That's the plan. It's gonna happen. Yeah, a lot of people found my channel through Satisfactory. It's great. And yeah, the consistent uploads definitely help. The fact that I'm actually uploading on a regular basis. I'm going to be talking about that. My plan is I'm going to make 2 videos. The first one will be a state of the channel, a proper explanation of what is happening and what has happened and what will happen. And then there's going to be a separate video that is specifically the Patreon video that I will then pin on the Patreon page. So there'll be 2 things coming out separately. I'll talk about the Patreon in both, but one of them will also be everything else. And I'll explain all that. Yeah, I guess Factory Town has done better because actually a lot of other people are competing for the Satisfactory views, whereas no one has noticed Factory Town exists, except for Avak and then via him, me, as far as I could tell. Yeah, so it's easier to corner the market and that sort of thing. You gotta find the games before they're big. That's what I did with Factorio. Now that's how I'm here. That's the system. I couldn't do it with Satisfactory, but I did my best. And people seem to be enjoying it. People are really enjoying the series, and I really enjoyed making the series. To demonstrate how much I enjoyed making the series, when I got to episode 12 and knew that that was going to be the final episode, because it would come out the day that Early Access launched, I didn't want to end the video, because I'm like, this might be the end of this series, and also I just want to keep playing, so that is nearly 2 hours long, the episode 12, because I just kept going. Because I'm like, I just want to keep I just want to keep playing Satisfactory, and the factory's not done. It's never done. We must continue the work. Oh yeah, Catherine Sky's doing Factory Town as well. She's very good at knowing what to cover, so I'm not surprised. Welcome, Keegan Gibson, and everyone else. I'm sorry, I usually do the name shouting out thing, but there were already so many people here that it was hard to. But yeah, thank you everyone for turning up. Yes, the factory must grow. It must always grow. Also, really annoying thing about the Satisfactory series, I run that whole factory off the 4 new deposits that I find, that are right there, and do all that stuff, and I set that all up and feeding into things and all that. After ending episode 12, I go on a bit of an explore. Basically, I realized that if you keep the game running when they ended the closed alpha, you could just keep playing. So I kept playing for like another 3 hours, and in the process I discovered that literally right behind my base, just off that cliff further back from my base, are 3 deposits of iron that are each individually twice as, I think 2 or 4 times as rich as the deposits that I was using, meaning I could have had like 3 to 5 times the iron that I had that whole time if I just noticed that deposit was there, but I didn't. Oops. Anyway, let's play Factorio. That's what we're here for. I can't even get the name right. It's too many factory games. Factorio, Satisfactory, Factory Town. They're all moving around in my head. It's very confusing. Okay, let's start at Ribbonworld. And those who are new can see what this is, and maybe also see what Factorio is. You might be new to that. Okay, buttons. Here it is. Welcome to Factorio. Welcome to Ribbonworld. So Factorio isn't normally in this form. This is a special game mode that originally was just like a custom thing that people came up with, but has recently been added as a proper game mode of the game. This is Ribbonworld. It is where you limit the vertical height of the map to something ridiculously small in order to give yourself a challenge in terms of space usage. And so this is a 64 tile high ribbon. It extends infinitely in either direction, and I'm trying to build my factory in it. Shall we do our customary factory tour? We start with the wilderness over here, where there's some biters. There's our defensive wall against the western biters, and then over here we've got some places that I haven't thought to put a radar in yet. We've got a coal outpost there. Here we've got our uranium outpost that's slowly working away at the last tiny little bits of uranium. That's going to take forever to finish. Here we have our copper deposit, which is currently not doing much at all, interestingly. But if you're concerned, actually, it's just completely silent. Is everything working, right? There's a stone outpost. Oh, there's another copper outpost. We got 2 of them. That makes more sense. Then we have our oil outpost. We've got various different bits of oil processing going. Trains feeding into it and stuff like that, and then taking away the oil products and delivering them elsewhere. How's it looking? It's not looking great. Our heavy and light oil is buggered, and our petroleum gas is doing brilliantly. So the whole system's shut down because petroleum gas is full, and the other 2 are empty. I guess it all got turned into solid fuel. That's maybe okay. I don't know how much. Oh, there's like a bunch in storage there. That's a good sign. Let's see if we can get some more plastic usage going. In fact, we will. We will have more plastic usage in the form of making low-density structure for our rocket stuff. Here's our nuclear reactor, only partially built right now, but it's providing all the power we could possibly need at the current time, so there's no point really upgrading the thing. And yeah, our uranium supplies are doing absolutely fine right now. We managed to get enough for the catalyst for refinement, and now that's basically just going to run itself forever. And then we have the sort of starting base, which is just a mishmash of old and partially defunct systems now. We've got our sort of original assembly area here, which is basically useless. And then we've got some concrete production around here, which is actually still in use. And then some smelteries that I think are just dead. There's nothing connecting to them, so I think they have just completely died. And then we have our nightmare, slightly ear-shaped station for delivering all of our ores, which is working fairly decently. Iron's not looking so great, but it's not being used right now. Why is everything shut down, like, completely? What have I done? Uh-oh. Oh, I've messed something up horrifically here. We've got a mix of solid fuel in with the plastic, and it's quite significant. What have I done? Oh no. Oh yeah, those aren't filter split. Those aren't filter inserters. They're just gonna take anything that turns up, including solid fuel from the solid fuel train. Oh, that guy's just. I need to hang on. You did give me a minute, bloomin'. What is it? Reactor. Yeah, leave when the fluid's high enough. Can you also add an and condition of they've been 5 seconds so that you can actually get fueled by coal while you're there? That'd be nice so you don't just shut down. Because, yeah, that's what the coal fueling happens. So, yeah, we're finding problems as we go. But I'm sure we'll be able to fix them. Oh, that's pretty serious. Oh, yeah, it just keeps going. Does that... Yep, it's clogged. It's clogged all of the advanced circuit production with solid fuel. That's why the whole factory shut down. Well, anyway, continuing with the tour, we have our giant smeltery array here. Many, many furnaces that are all shut down because everything's dead. And then we've got our main bus, all our supply lines along the top here that split off and re-merge with the various things we're making. We've got gears, we've got circuits, we've got all the science stuff going on. We got engines and advanced circuits and more engines and belt production and module production and processing unit production. And then we get to utility science, which is currently broken because we've had an update since I built this that has changed the recipe for utility science. And so the main job initially, after the massive cleanup job, is to fix that and make it work again. Then we've got some old mining stuff here that's now all shut down. Big storage area for steel, and there used to be smelters and other things being stored here. It's all dead now. I need to shut it all down. And then off over to the other side of the wilderness in the east, we've got tons and tons of empty space. Then our defensive wall, which is rapidly running out of ammo currently. Should do something about that. And there's the biters lying in wait, ready to murder us. And it seems like they're going to keep attacking that particular section of the wall till they breach. So we should do something about that. And then there's more biters, and then that's the end of what I can see. Okay. That was the tour. Everything's on fire. Help. Help. I wonder what people have been saying in chat. I haven't been paying attention. It's Satisfactorio. Factorio Towns is maybe dead or maybe not, I don't know, but it's now very confusing that there's Factorio Towns and also a series called Factory Town, and I keep saying Factory Towns, and it's a problem. It's a problem. This is an older map. This isn't a new one made for 0.17. This has been around for a good long while now and made it through a few different updates, and I've just kept updating it each time. This series has been running for years, I think, now? I keep looking back at episode 1s of my series and being like, oh, I started this in, like, 2015, what? Actually, no, that's what happened with Factorio Towns. I realized I started that in 2015. I'm like, I did not know that I made that soon. Wow. It's a bit weird. Yeah, it might have been 0. I don't think it was 0.13. I think it was like 0.15 at a guess. Like, because remember, 0.16 came out over a year ago. They've been moving through them slowly. That condition will just never make the train stay. No, that should... Let me find the water train. Where is it? That's going to work, right? It's going to go to the reactor, and it's only going to leave if fluid is more than 20,000 and 5 seconds have passed. It's because it's an AND command, rather than an OR. Because these are the conditions for leaving, so it will only leave when it's full and when it's been there for 5 seconds. So it won't just run off the moment it arrives. Yeah, biters are pretty easy to deal with because there's only 2 directions you can come from. It's the ultimate bottleneck. You just the entire map is a bottleneck for the biters. It's just yellow science that needs fixing at this stage. We've got everything else fixed in the previous stream, and that was even with me being massively distracted by everything. Solid fuel is mixed into the plastic belt quite badly. Yeah, it was an or, but then you click on it and it turns into an and. Right, so forget utility signs right now. We need to go fix all the things. So let's go do that. We need to fix it at the source first. And that'll make it work the rest of the way. And then we'll have to make a massive purge of the entire system to clear out all that solid fuel. It's gonna be messy. I might automate the process, because I think I can do that. I think I can use some logistics to make bots fix this for me. Alright, so you only take plastic, please. Not solid fuel. And yeah, there's none in the chests. It's just all on the belts. And it starts here and just continues the whole way. So my thinking is that we get a little system set up. Let's have... this splitter here will do, actually. Input priority right. And then we have a belt running into it. Oh, are we in logistics range here? I don't know. Yes we are. Fantastic. So, I want to get some requesters. I don't know if this is going to work particularly well, I'll be honest. It's gonna be a bit messy. We'll have some stack inserters here working on this. And these guys, this might not work, but I'm gonna request vast amounts of plastic. Bear with me. And then I'm gonna go to the other end of the line. So we'll follow this all down. You can see there's bits of plastic and solid fuel just everywhere. Just the whole length of it. It's like tree rings, because you keep seeing them in waves as clearly the solid fuel train turned up in the middle of things happening. Then this is the key point here, because all plastic comes to here. I think it does come in the form of 2 belts. In fact, why? Oh, actually, the supply's doing fine. Why has everything shut down? We do have a supply of advanced circuits. Is it science? We're missing utility. Is utility what we need? Oh, we're trying to research something that uses utility. So that's why it shut down, actually, is the utility issue, not the advanced circuits being clogged, because only one side of this whole system is clogged. So I'm gonna do that. That takes off only one side of this belt, which is important. We only want the side that can contain the plastic and currently also contains the solid fuel. And then we have this run into a provider chest. And so all the contents of this plastic line will run down here into this stack inserter. Also, I'm going to upgrade all these belts to blue. I know that I'm doing it manually, but it's just easier when it's literally a single belt here to do that. Okay, so it's all going into that inserter. It's dumping it all in there. Currently, it's all solid fuel. We need to make a requester, which I'm actually just going to plonk right here. Actually, no, we can merge this onto our solid fuel line. We have one of those. So let's, you know, we can just start it here. It doesn't really matter where it begins. I'm just going to start the thing here. Let's get some, like, gaps in the belt here, so I've got some room to move. Oh, my inventory's full. Oh, dear. This is all a mess. Don't really want to dump half this stuff. Oh, I have so many mining drills on me right now. Get rid of some of these, please. I also have far too much copper. And solid fuel. Actually, no, I kind of need that. For a fueling thing. No, it doesn't matter, dump it. just dump it all. A load of those two. And a load of gun turrets. Why do I have so many gun turrets? What was I? Oh, I was clearing out the military science. We don't need them for that anymore, so they just sort of sat there taking up space. And yeah, I need to clean up this mess. There we go. I picked up a bit of junk, but it's fine. Just dump that again. But yeah, what I want to make is just a little bit of a system here. We'll make a single requester. Actually, and just have the one. And yeah, your job is to request all the solid fuel in existence. And then this can dump it onto a belt. And then we'll balance the belt. Probably didn't need to be that complicated because whatever, but yeah, whatever. And then input priority left. And it'll prioritize taking the solid fuel delivered via this inserter. Don't know why I'm using more basic power poles. I could just put a substation down, but I've done this now. Right, so this is the idea, is that this is just going to dump all contents of this belt into this thing. And it's all going to be taken away. We've got all logistics bots currently on duty. Let's try and get more on the case, because clearly we need it. Another 100. Off you go, fly my pretties. And another 100. Construction just to match it. I like to keep it even. Also, we have 5 extra logistics bots, and I don't know why, but they're in the system now, and I can't clear them out currently. I can always fix it later. Got some basic concrete on me. Why do I have that? And quite so much stone brick. Actually, furnaces? We've got them being made somewhere. Yeah, we've got them going into a provider. I don't need my own bricks. Bentham is kind of a programmer right now. Did something that worked and then broke, and now he has to fix it all. Yep, basically. That is Factorio. Oh, and thank you very much, Mark, for that $20 super chat. Good morning, Bentham. Are you just... I mean, I guess it is morning for me. It is. It is midnight. That's technically morning, I think, according to some people. It's the next day anyway. Thank you very much. Is it going in the cup? It's not happened yet. Come on. There it is. Some silver coins. They all managed to hold their position. They managed to keep their place in the cup despite the protest of the gold coins. Yeah, I'm prioritizing purging one side of the line. That's probably going to cause me problems. Let's have a look at how it's going. My hope is that I purge it quick enough that the other line drops, which it is. Slowly. So hopefully that ultimately works. Yeah, it's not an efficient system, because it's cycling vast amounts of plastic, but in the process it is purging the system of solid fuel. It's making the line run down so it all gets to the end of the belt, runs into that machine, and that's that. But yeah, it's going to take some time to do. Also, fun thing about fully compressed belts is if they run through a balancer, they reverse. Oh, we've got a requester over here. I didn't know about that one. I could have just used that one. Oh well. How's the one further away doing? Is that working fine? Yeah, they're both unloading, but only one of them is succeeding in it because of the way one side is being favored. I kind of don't want more plastic coming into the system, and currently it is. My hope was that that system would work better. I guess I could filter stack inserter and just take away solid fuel. That would have also worked. That way, as long as there was plastic, the circuits would keep being made, and then if there was solid fuel, it would get extracted, and that would also work. It would mean the advanced circuit system would run real badly for a while. But, could have worked. I haven't left enough space to do like a balancer here, which I'm thinking might help the situation. I can move things around a smidge. In fact, I don't even need to have both of these inserters necessarily. Just the one would work. But now they're set up, I don't want to mess with them because that'll just mean less stuff being delivered in the time. I can't move those water pipes, they're already stretched. Unless I started repositioning them in the beginning or I made extra... we'll just make extra things and actually it's not the end of the world. Just shorten the pipe. There we go, that gives us a bit more room to do this, and then I didn't think the rest of it through. It still doesn't work. Oh, I noticed there is actually a bit of solid fuel on that line. I wonder if any's got further. Doesn't look like it. You can't tell what is inside an underground transport belt, so I don't know if that's been clogged at all. I can't just make this connect in. This doesn't work at all. Don't know what I was thinking. This water pipe here is the problem. I can't move it. No, I can. I can make it work. Let's just get this to run. Oh, come on. One more. There we go. Run all the way up there instead. Then we've got a bit of space to breathe here. We can move this whole thing back a bit. Do this, have it balanced, go into the thing, and now hopefully this should be the sole source of plastic rather than this line here. That should work. So the idea is that eventually the whole system will run down. It's not running down on one side currently though. It was a nice idea in principle, but maybe in practice it's not so fantastic. It's not really doing what I was hoping it would be doing. One side of the belt is presumably completely clear at this stage. I think, yeah, one side is now entirely purged, so that worked. But the other side isn't yet. Oh wait, no, it isn't fully purged, because this bit here isn't. So that might swap sides when we get to here. With how that works. And I've just got fleets of bots whizzing around the place. Oh, that's weird, and seems new. They're queuing differently. They used to queue in a circle around the rubber ports. Now they're just all stacking ready in the charging ports. That's an interesting change and makes it look weird. I don't know what to think about that. Presumably speeds up the charging process because they're already there, they don't need to move into position. What I'm thinking is that technically we could fix it if we flip round this belt with a balancer around here. It's a dumb way of doing it, but it's a way of doing it. Because if we just do... oh dear. If we just do this, then the opposite side of the belt is now the bit that's running fast, and this is ridiculous. But it does achieve the goal. It will get the thing done. Yeah, in the meantime, this is going to fill up with plastic, but hopefully not too much. The bots will try their best to keep on top of it. Let's help them out by adding more to the system. We can add another 100 bots to the network. Same goes for construction bots. And then, yeah, it might be able to build up another 100 in the time. Oh, it's only going to manage another 50 or so. And some of these guys are just sat here. Interesting. Gonna take out 5 because I like it to be a nice round number. Put these back in there for now. So yeah, we got 600 of each, and now not all of them are busy, which is a good sign. That means they're able to keep on top of the plastic turnover. Basically, at some point, we just have to shut the thing down. As long as you have enough robots and electrical energy, this purging should not work. How come? Here we go, it's getting to another solid fuel chunk. I guess this is essentially a proper purge. We're literally emptying the entire belt system into a sorting thing, which then filters back in the correct stuff and keeps the other stuff out. So this is the most purgiest of purges that have ever been purged. There we go, another chunk of mess moving down the line. Yes, it's all moving now. It is all getting there. It's not... I didn't make a good system, but I had a weird idea, and I decided to roll with it, and it has worked, so it's fine. And yeah, those are the last two big chunks moving down the line currently. Once these have cleared, we can just shut down the network, and it'll all fix itself ultimately. You finished the math to get 100 rockets a second. Oh god, the amount of iron is nearly 4.5 million per second. You don't try and do that, Tratoth. That's too much. That's too much factory. That's too many rockets. That is far too many rockets. That's just scary and wrong. Because you had one inserter in and one out. You switched the priority of the belt, so it changed. The priority is correct here. Yeah, it's taking the priority of from there, so it's gonna just cycle the correct plastic and only bring in more plastic if there's not enough in the system anyway. Technically, I don't even need to shut the loop down when it's done. I just should, because it's weird and pointless when it's not there for purging solid fuel. Also, it looks like the other side of the system is running, and that has actually taken in some of the solid fuel, unfortunately, so we'll have to fix that. And I think I'll just do a manual purge on that, because, well, this was a neatish idea. That on a small scale, just purge it yourself. I notice a problem with this system is that it struggles when it constantly switches between the items, because it has to take them one at a time. Oh, hello, we've got a couple different warnings coming here. Oh, we got an attack. Oh, they've done it again. They're doing more and more damage to the... I don't want to go out there. It is just effort to drive out and put more ammo in those guns. I don't wanna do it. But also, not enough logistics network storage available, apparently, according to these guys here. Oh, they're just straight up stuck. Do I not have a storage system? Did I never set up a storage chest? I didn't set up a storage chest, did I? I started using the system to purge my inventory when there's nowhere for any of the stuff I purged to go. Oops. Have you ever tried flamethrower turrets? I have a couple of times. They are pretty neat. Apparently they're really good now because they actually predict where biters are going to be. So they will actually... the biters will walk into fire, which is great. And also, flamethrower turrets become more and more viable the larger the attacks against your factory are. Because... there we go, I can just clear this out now. Because if the biters are attacking in a big wave, the fire just stacks. So they'll just keep spewing fire, and it will just be more and more deadly for the new biters running at it. So it's perfect. I'm going to do logistics-based upgrading of all of these belts around here, because I think that's safe. At least from here. And yeah, some of it is already done, but we'll get the rest filled in. Okay, very nice. Let us commence the manual purge. Turn off the exoskeleton so I can line this up right. Nope, not quite. There we go. Turn that back on before I forget. And then we sit here and we eat the entire belt until we've taken out all plastic and solid fuel. I don't know when that will be. It looks like that's the last of it. Nom. Okay, then we just dump this all in the logistics network. The bots will fix it for us. And Bob will be our uncle. Is there a reason to keep insects alive? No, it's just effort to kill them. Yeah, the Clusterio event was 60,000 signs per minute, but they did get it higher than that. I forget how much higher they got it. They at least got it to 80. So 60,000 signs per minute, you get 1,000 signs from a rocket. So that was 1 rocket per second. And they got it faster than 1 rocket per second. But 100 a second is just insane. No one can achieve that. It was only achieved in Clusterio because it was a linked network of different servers. So each individual server could handle the work being done on it. But one single server would not have been able to handle 1 rocket per second. Don't do it, Tratos. Why are you doing this to yourself? Like, you would need a ridiculously powerful computer to pull that off. Why are the gears moving? That's because of belts. I just ordered a bunch of blue belts made, and that makes the gear belt go mental. I've only got 1 blue belt of gears as well, which is really not much in the grand scheme of things, so when it's making blue belts, it just eats them. It just devours the whole lot of them. Where do we still need upgrading to be done, I wonder? It's hard to tell. There's a lot going on here. I would like to complete all the upgrading if I can. Let's just run through and find what patches we can that need it. Anything around here? Oh, there's 2. Where? Where on earth are these 2 belts? I can't even tell. Oh, it's those 2 right in the corner. Because it's the sign system. I didn't bother upgrading the sign system for a while because why? This is interesting. It's a red one just because it has to be that long, but yeah, it's no. Like when I see a red belt, I'm like, uh-oh, I bet I did belt hopscotch here, not hopscotch, whatever. I can't think of it. Belt braiding here. But it's actually just because I needed a larger gap to jump. Because usually I only use red belts when belt braiding with blue belts. Those who don't know, belt braiding is where you take a blue belt and a red belt, or any 2 belts of different colors, and you have them hop under each other. So that you can have more than 1 blue belt's worth of material going through a 1 belt wide gap. You can actually have more than that. I think you can have a red, yellow, and blue belt all hopping through one space, and it will work. So you can have essentially 2 blue belts worth of material going through a space that normally only 1 blue belt could get through. I think mostly everything's yellow now where I've split off for things, and I'm like, I'm gonna deal with that later. That's a problem for future Bentham. But I want to get it all done, and then it's all done. So we'll just go through and carefully, piece by piece, run over all the bits of the factory and upgrade them. The thing is that I don't know if I've done any belt braiding at any point. And so I just have to be careful in case I find a patch. And yeah, if I get this all done right, there won't be any yellow belts left in the system. I can't give too many orders because we probably don't have enough in the way of blue belts to run the whole thing. Oh, let me hit show on that. Why are you insane, Tratoth? I am concerned. Let's have a check of chat, because I imagine we're pushing this system to its limits. Yeah, the gears are trying. They're doing their damnedest. But things are running down a smidge. Why don't you automate biter killing? You could even use trains. Oh, I guess I remember oh yeah, a long time ago at this point, I was planning on making the artillery train in Ribbonworld to start clearing out the biters, and I just kind of forgot. And other stuff got in the way, so I haven't made it yet, but we will. Oh, of course, Rick. Yeah, you can stack underground belts. Let me demonstrate. Do I have some red ones on me? Oh, I don't. Hang on, let me go grab some. Yeah, so you can have... And what you do is you have the blue belt just jump a gap of 4. And then you have a red belt do the same. And then you have a yellow belt do the same. And then you continue it. You just keep up the pattern. And this is what you get in the middle of it, is red, blue, yellow, and it just keeps going. And a yellow one can support 15 items a second, red supports 30, and blue supports 45. So you can get 90 items per second through a single line if you want. And then if you need to separate them out, blue and red belts can jump further when it gets to their step, so they can get out of the way. You can extract them from there. I mean, in fact, you don't even need to do that. You just have to extract them at this point. You can just do that. And there's your inputs. And there you go, and that's how you compress them. It's great. Thank you very much, Saroto Sensei 01 for that $2 super chat. New subscriber for your Satisfactory playthrough. Good to see you here. Glad to see so many awesome people being nice and supporting, and including those that are new. I'm very happy with how the Satisfactory series has gone. I really appreciate every single view I get on that. And it's doing... Oh, whoops. I didn't mean to do that. That's doing better than I could possibly imagine, that Satisfactory series, both in initial success and in how much it's holding on to viewers after the fact. It means people are turning up and are actually liking what I do, which is always nice. And some people turning up and hating what I do, which is also fun. There are some comments. There was one... I've had such an interesting selection of comments coming through from new arrivals. There's been lots of very, very nice ones, but there's also been a few that are just hilarious. Like the guy who complained that I was talking in my first impressions video. And I'm like, mate, that's how Let's Plays work. That's just what... I can't not talk. It's my thing. And I don't think I even responded to it in the end, because I'm like, I don't know. Or I might have said, so you hate Let's Plays? I know, right? It's like, if you want footage of people not talking over games, there are people that do that, but there aren't many because they're not popular. I just found it funny because the way he reacted, it was like he was surprised I was speaking, and I'm like, have you been on YouTube before? Have you watched people play games on YouTube before? Why are you surprised that I'm saying words? It was great. Oh dear. Yeah, there's some funny ones. And yeah, then there's the wall of people who are like, you can bind the Satisfactory hotbar, and I'm like, thank you, but also I'm from the future and already know. Oh no. Oh no, it's not gonna stop. It's never gonna stop. Oh, the gear supply is getting really crap now. I wonder if it's a lack of just iron. Yep. Where's it gone? Where's the iron gone? Is there iron anymore? Do I have iron? Maybe I don't have iron. Did I ever set up another iron deposit? I think maybe there's just not iron anymore. Is this all the iron? Let me just check here. Yeah, there's no iron. That was our iron supply. It's gone now. It's just gone. So, Am I recycling the old slower belts? Oh, I might not be. No, wait, I am. I'm recycling the... oh, I've only got the actual belts and not the undergrounds and the splitters. I should really have that. Requester. Plonk. Plonk. That's a derpy thing to forget. To set up one of them and not the rest. Request them all, please. Same goes for you. Request all of the splitters in the world. And thank you very much, Ambi the MB, for $5 Canadian. Hey Bentham, I just lost the game. You're welcome. God damn it, Ambi. I just lost the game. I was doing so well. Actually, I don't think I was doing that well. I was maybe on like a month since losing the game. It's really had a resurgence recently. I was doing so well. I was like at one point I'd gone years. I think I went through all of university maybe without losing the game. After losing it on like a weekly basis while in secondary school. And then now all of a sudden I keep losing it again. And you see, Rob Plays with Dragons was on 8 years without losing the game. 8 years! There are people watching this stream that may be younger than how long it's been since Rob Plays with Dragons previously lost the game. And now you've ruined it. I know it's the rules. You have to declare when you lose the game. I know. You don't know the game, Mark? Okay, I'm going to explain the game. It's been going now for something like 20 years. And what it is basically the game is don't think of the game. So rule 1 is don't think of the game. Rule 2 is if you do think of the game, you have to declare that you've just lost the game. And what that means is that if anyone thinks about the game, a massive chain reaction of everyone nearby losing the game takes place. And so there's this constant danger that someone somewhere in your like in the vicinity of you will go, "Oh no, I just lost the game," and you will lose too. And you can't stop it. There's nothing you can do. And then you have to declare it, and then other people can lose the game too. It was invented like in the late 90s, I think. And has been going ever since then. And the game can never be won, I think. Or there might be a way. I can't remember. People come up with joke ways that the game can be won, but really it's you never win the game. You only continue to play and occasionally lose. And the losing of the game ends the moment that you stop thinking about the game. But of course no one ever knows when they've stopped losing the game because they've stopped thinking about it. So that's gonna break your mind. So yeah, you have to declare it, and it's always nice to work out like how long it's been since the last time you lost the game. And I've been going for a good like month or so, I reckon. Oh yeah, I think that's just a thing amongst kids nowadays. I think kids in most schools know about the game. I'm not sure about that to the games. That doesn't make sense to me. And to be clear, I don't think not thinking of it counts as winning. It just counts as not losing. You can't win. You can only put off losing as long as possible. And so now that I've explained it to people who didn't know about it before, well, congratulations, you have now joined the game. And now you have to abide by the rules. So remember, if you think of the game, you have to declare it. That's the key rule. You have to declare it, and if people around you don't know what it is, you have to explain it to them and have them join in the game as well. And that way, eventually, everyone in the world will be playing the game. And it will be the greatest game. It might end up being, maybe it already is, more popular than Tetris, which is, by the way, still the most popular game in the world. I believe Tetris still holds the top spot. After all these years. But if the game cost money, people wouldn't buy it. But if the game cost money and everyone who was playing it had bought it, it would maybe be the most popular game. I don't know. Check my iron supply. Yeah, it's gone. There isn't an iron supply anymore. It's gone. There is no iron. The ultimate iron shortage. None. Oh dear. If you've never heard of the game where you're technically not losing the game up until the point that you lost the game for the first time, I think you just weren't playing. I think you have to know what the game is in order to be playing it. But that's it. So there's only 3 states. Not playing, playing, and having just lost. There is no winning. Okay, so I guess we'll fix iron by having there be iron, as there currently is not. So yeah, there's no iron really to the east. It's all west, and there's a big old deposit right here. And we've even got a station set up for it, in fact. We've got it half made. So that's easy. Shall I just make this iron 1? I don't know if we've ever had an iron 1. Yep, there's no iron 1. Easy. Name changed. We'll make it blue with a nice splash of green. I like 100 points of green. Actually, is it 100 I go for? Nah, it's 150. For, You can't make it exactly 150 unless you type the number, and it hurts my soul. Okay, then I'm gonna do a clever thing. So currently, we have 2 trains going to the iron unloading area, and they're going to there from the storage outpost. There's other trains going to the storage outpost as well, but the storage outpost is now completely out of use except for delivering steel. We're also going to have to work out what to do about steel, but I can think of a way of fixing it. So I'm going to go over there and just shut down 2 of the trains that are operating there because they are now completely irrelevant. There is no longer a purpose to their existence. We're going to have to park them up somewhere. Do I have some rails on me? Yes, I do. Let's fill in this gap because it's a thing now. In fact, oh, I made my rail yard, didn't I? Yeah, train servicing. How is that doing? That's got... It can only take 1 train right now. I didn't give it any more capacity there. We can chuck one of the trains over there just so we've got one out of the way. And then park another one up in a spot that's going to not be used. Let's extend this a bit so we've got some room to maneuver trains beyond where the network currently actually extends. Can I just have my bots do this? Just get rid of the trees, please. That's some high-tech deforestation. That's what Satisfactory needs. Tree chopping robots. And connect. Hey, you can maybe win if everyone in the world forgets about the game and it never resurges, but then, I mean, that's just going to be the... That's only going to happen when, like, the populace as a whole forgets about the game because everyone who was playing has died. I don't think people will ever... Like, maybe the whole populace will forget about the game before quite everyone who's played it has died. But I'm skeptical. Right, this train here, what do you do? Stone 1, storage outpost, and base. So we'll cut the storage outpost out of your system. So you've got weird conditions. Have I done that right? Seems weird and wrong. I'm going to remove that from your system, so you're just going to go between the stone and the base for now. We'll work out the rest later. So that's fine. This is one of the standard iron trains. That one there is the steel train. So you are kind of screwed. I'm going to remove everything from your system. Actually, oh, I need to order you to the storage outpost. That's literally the only place you can go right now. Then I need to order you to train servicing. So, yep, there he goes. Remove that from the network, so he's just going to go to train servicing, and he's going to stop there and live there forever. And now there are only 2 trains coming to this station. And they are both the iron trains. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to rename this station to Iron 1. Yeah, it's all caps already. Rename to Iron 1. And I'm going to rename that station to Iron 1. That means that these trains have now changed their schedule because the station they were going to has changed names. Their schedule now takes them to Iron 1. Then it will remove these stations. The trains still have Iron 1 on their schedule because a station called Iron 1 still exists. At least according to this guy seems to be having a struggle. I think I caught him at a bad time. Yes, he's on the wrong part of the network, so he knows Iron 1 exists, but he also is telling me that he can't reach Iron 1 because it's behind him and he can only drive forward, so I'll have to go fix that. Slight issue, but it's a minor one. But yeah, basically, I've tricked the trains into changing what station they go to without actually giving them different orders. I changed the name of the station they were going to, and they went, well, I guess we go to Iron 1 now, and then I removed those Iron 1s, and they're like, well, I guess we go to Iron 1 now. With that being the other Iron 1. And that's how to break train brains. Brains. For trains? I don't know, but I need to find a place to put this train so it can turn around. Let's just trundle along and pop into the nearest station, which I guess is actually the one we're going to. Oh yeah, I just need to change its schedule. Just go to this one first, please. No, wait. Oh yeah, of course. It's no longer got this as a thing. It's not... Yeah, I've got to park it up in that station just so that it can turn around, face the other way, and get onto the westbound track. Oh, don't stop there because there's steel. So I'm guessing you're made to take iron only anyway. Yeah, I probably made this all reserved for iron ore so that it couldn't be loaded with steel, otherwise it would have been already. With regard to Satisfactory, when it goes into early access, will you build stairs around the space elevator and climb up for an attempt to climb Ray? I have actually tried climbing the space elevator, and I recorded my results, but it turns out that I didn't do a particularly good job of it, because what it is there's a limit to the map height of how high you can build, which makes sense. But the space elevator will be above that limit if you build it on higher ground. If you go to lower ground, you can build it and have it so the top section of the space elevator is below that build limit. However, I didn't do that. So I have footage of me trying to get to the elevator and not making it, but apparently other people have been able to actually get to it. So I don't know if you're ever going to see the footage, because it's not as good as it could be. Other people have managed to actually climb the proper thing. Once we go into early access, I'll be able to give it another attempt doing it properly and actually getting onto the space elevator, maybe, if it is actually solid. I don't know if it is. Hang on, I made this do a shimmy when I don't need it to. There we go. So here's our iron outpost. Let's just cut all those down. And then we got some work some space to work in. Some work to space in. One of them. We want to make sure to mine this bit here, because it's going to be a bit of a challenge to do that. So I'm just going to compress a bunch of miners on the space so we can try and get that cleared. It's going to be awkward, though. I'm going to employ some smaller power poles and some underground belts to make this fit in the space we have. There we go. It's got a... Oh, geez. It can do a shimmy here. There we go. We can just squeeze behind that signal, and then there's enough room to turn and get out of dodge. Then we want to do a similar thing on the other side, and I'm going to compress these two just because I want to get it away from the rails sooner rather than later. I'll probably give these belts priority over all other belts to help with that. It's less about the space elevator than it is about reaching Ray. Space elevator was just a marker for his flight path. I feel like Ray is non-corporeal. I feel like he just clipped through me as well as everything else. Though it would be fascinating if it is one of those things that games sometimes have, where there is an object that clips through the terrain but is solid for you when you can't clip through terrain. Because then what you do is you get a wall, and you get you. And you get the thing that can phase through walls, and you have the thing that can phase through walls push you into the wall, start phasing through it while you can't, and then you see what the physics engine does. But I get the feeling that it'll just go through me as well as everything else. Like, why would they give it a solid form when it's a decoration mainly? If it has a reverse locomotive, why can't it route backwards? Because they are the rails themselves are one way. Everyone's already answered that in the chat, but I guess I will say it out loud. If you want to make two-headed trains, why are the signals only one way? Because the train needs to... If the train wanted to turn around and go the other way, it would have to go in a big old loop, which normally would be fine, but we're in limited space here. So instead, we have the train just pull out of the station backwards. So the train doesn't ever flip around, except in one location here for reasons. Normally, it will pull into a station and then go back the other way. And so it will come in on this rail, drive up onto there, and then it will go back out on this rail. That way trains can pass each other. There's a proper road system going on, and the trains don't have to make an awkward turnaround maneuver in the limited space that they have when they need to reverse the direction. And then I made a smart system here where trains can just approach from either side, and they will park up in the exact same spot either way. And it makes the system nice and easy to work with, and that you don't need to mess about with westbound and eastbound stations. You literally just make a singular thing here, and it will just pull into the right spot either way, and then go out in whichever direction it needs to go out in. It all just works. Got a clever signaling system to make sure they never interfere with each other. Alright, so this needs to come out here. And then we'll just have them do that. We'll have them balance as well, in case that matters. And then we got a splitter here, and there's going to be some priority gubbins going on. And I'm actually going to then, I think, flip these round and have them facing this way. Oh, we need to do power. Make a couple more of these. Let's see, we can put them like here. How does that work? Actually, if we have one central here, can we manage to be beyond the actual deposit on either side? Kinda. It's ropey. It'll do. And then, can we have this? It doesn't work out nicely. Yeah. We'll do that. We'll do it like this. Okay, so I'm going to have them spaced out for now, and I'm probably going to regret that later and redo it, but for now, they're going to be like this. Except I want to move them all up by one, so we'll do that. It's probably a bad idea to do this at all, really, but I'm doing it already. Can't make these work. I'll just squish them in. It's fine. And then this guy goes into here, and then we give this guy... Wait, no, we want input. We give that guy priority. We want these belts cleared out first. Not for hugely critical reasons. Just a preference that we have that sorted. Because it's harder to mine around a belt, around a rail quickly. So I'd rather just make sure we don't have to deal with that later down the line. Now we'll put in our balancer system, which is gonna work weirdly for a while. I have these on the outputs as well. I don't know if they're needed, but I'm putting them there. And then we have the loop because it's balancing to 3 belts, not 4. And that means it's perfectly balanced between these 3 belt lines. Well done on the improvements. Thank you very much, Hanno. I'm really proud of what I've been doing with the channel over the past couple of weeks now, pretty much. It's actually been working. I've actually been able to do it. I'm going to be talking about that in a vlog soon. Which was intended to be sooner, but just so much stuff happened that I've been busy just making Satisfactory videos and things. But I want to talk about stuff and then talk about Patreon and how that's going to work. It's all coming together, and it's time to take things to the next level, because they're going there anyway, apparently. It was already the plan, and then it just kind of happened. Okay, can we get there, and then there, and that works. Now we just got a strip of iron here that's not not quite close enough to be mined. So I'm just gonna cover this in miners and do the thing. Yes, I am making a Patreon. It is in progress right now. The tiers are done. The tier descriptions are done. The actual page description is being finalized. I just need to make a banner, and I've got an idea of how I'm going to do that. And then I'll make a launch video. But also in there I want to make a vlog explaining my absence, because I feel like that's something that it's important to do before asking you to support me financially. That seems reasonable. Just balances up the wazoo. There we go. That's probably not at all necessary, but you can't stop me. I love balancers. They're the best. I'm just gonna, like, mush the belts to the side. This is a system I use from time to time, where I just get a bunch of belts that are, like, prioritize right for input and output, and then I run 4 belts into it, and it makes it into 3 belts, and then I balance it after the fact. Absence, well, I was away for 2 months before I suddenly came back with Factorio and then Satisfactory and Factory Town. There was a 2-month gap where I uploaded nothing. I didn't upload anything. From early January to late February. And I'm going to explain why. And I'll tell you right now, it was motivation. I just wasn't motivated to do the work. And I think I just needed a break. And so now I need to prove to everyone that I'm going to stay this time. Because this time there's going to be money involved with the Patreon. And so I don't just want to launch it and be like, okay, pay me now. I want to be like, okay, so I was gone for a while, and now I'm back, and now I intend to stay. Rather than just, yeah. So there you go. That's the long and short of it. I just want to explain it slightly more verbosely. Is that a word? I have no idea. You thought I was in jail? What? What for? Yeah, I don't think I've ever been gone for quite that long. In the whole history of the channel. Or if I have, I've had little drips and drabs of stuff that I can put out to tide people over at the least. But that time I had nothing. I just disappeared. So now we have iron. That's a thing. We'll see how it's faring on the other end. I think there's not enough. I think we actually just have to make compress. Yeah, this is just empty. There's nothing here. There's a train on its way, probably. Yeah, there's one. Oh, we're having congestion issues. Everything's queuing up and having to wait and stuff. That's something that's ended up getting pushed down the priority list, is getting stations sorted out better. So things keep blocking other things. But it's delivering it, the bots are doing the thing, but it's probably not lasting very long at all. Are you gonna add modules to the new iron miners? No, I only had modules in the old miners because I wanted them to be cleared out as quick as possible, because they were blocking me expanding the main bus. Now, if I want more iron, I'll just make more iron outposts, and that'll be a more stable way of getting a steady supply of iron. So yeah, gaps appeared in the belt before the next train could turn up, and the 2 trains were following each other pretty closely. So now there's going to be a big gap while we wait for an iron train to turn up again. And these aren't being fully loaded, so that's what we can work on. We can get a better supply than what we have right now. Power is absolutely fine, it's not that, it's just not having enough miners on the job. So let's compress these. The better solution would be to make a new outpost, but we'll start by compressing what we have, because it's a quicker way to get the factory back on its feet again. As for more iron deposits in the future, there's one there that's 1.2 million, which isn't so fantastic. This one's 6 million, pretty much. And that's all we have. We're gonna need to go exploring if we want to find any more. And that's a worry, because they keep changing map generation settings, and I'm worried there's just going to be nothing out there. Because that'll be a real problem for us. And a definite possibility. So yeah, this isn't like maximum compression because we're still having gaps of 2 between the rows. In fact, I don't need to have the substations like this, do I? Oh, I do. No, I don't. I don't have to have them like that. I can have some smaller power poles here covering these things. Then I can move these up. I can just move them into this gap, and it'll work the same. I can't see where the connection's supposed to start. Something like that. I mean, it's working either way. So yeah, we don't actually need to do this gap here that I put in. I can just close this, and then we won't have a weird chunk of iron in the middle of the deposit when all's said and done. Just shift everything up a dial. There we go. Keep it all consistent. Sort it out on this side too. Oh, missed. And thanks for watching, Mandanara. I hope you are going to something nice like sleep. Or that sort of thing, rather than work. And I've trapped myself in here. Substations? I feel like you could squeeze past substations before. Have they changed that? Am I going mad? You bought Factory Town instantly on release and it's all Bentham's fault. I don't see a problem with this. That sounds like an excellent idea. Now you have Factory Town. I see no downsides. And maybe some money was lost in favor of Factory Town, but it was worth it, clearly. So, you see, I've done you a service. There we go, those line up wonderfully. And then get these all right. Now we're getting to the chill sections of the stream where it's like, we're just gonna sit here and place miners. Everything's great. And they're already there and lined up perfectly. Wonderful. Okay, so that's a better supply. It's still not brilliant. It's not 3 full belts. It's not even 2 full belts, I reckon. But it's the best this deposit can manage. So, yeah. How's the loading going? Are these things able to empty out in the time? Probably not. Let's see. That one's emptied. And how's it going with this filling? It's a slow bit of progress. Let's get some stack inserters on the job. Let's get this moving at speed. What's the schedule on this? 5 seconds of inactivity or 30 seconds past. We should probably add full cargo to that list. Though it looks like it can't reach full cargo, so I guess that doesn't matter. I could use braids to get drills running faster. Well, I know I can compress these more, but, like, it's just going to run through the deposit quicker. I need another deposit, and that means exploring, and that means artillery wagon. But first we need to do the science. So let's go do that. This is probably enough iron to be getting on with. This is going to run the factory. It's going to, like, things will operate, and currently that will do, as far as I'm concerned. Believe me, if we don't end up having a nice stream, I will dedicate a month to figuring out where in Britain I will need to go to get our time refunded. I will force Bentham to build a Factorio base using all iron chests. Oh god, no, please. Please, no. Aside from graphics, I'm struggling with the lack of appeal of Factory Town. It's not as good looking as Satisfactory and seemingly less complex than Factorio. It's an iron chest of factory games. I like the analogy. Like, this is something about the three different, the trifecta of factory games right now is I feel like they all have their individual appeals, and so not everyone's gonna like all of them, but someone is gonna like each of them. So I can understand if people don't like Factory Town, but I think it's got its own merits, and I'm definitely gonna play it. I'm having fun playing it. It's different than the others, as like I mean they all are. Like, and Satisfactory is different from Factorio. Some people are trying to compare them too much, and it's frustrating. People are like, you can't build a mega base in Satisfactory, and I'm like, Satisfactory isn't about building mega bases. That's not a measure of its competence as a factory game. There we go. Yep, I didn't put a storage chest down. The moment I did, a whole bunch of bots are like, oh, finally! I've been holding this turret for hours. Oh dear. But thank you very much, Gaming King, for that $5 super chats. Love your vids, keep up the good work. Also, is there a train on this map that has a large amount of kills on it? No, I don't think I've been run over by a train yet in this save. I mean, they're all at the bottom of the map, so I just need to not stand there. I never need to cross a track to get somewhere, except here, and even then I can go around it. I left a little gap. That little gap cost me a lot. It would have been so much easier to build this station if I'd not left that little gap. Yeah, Factory Town is its own interesting, different thing. Like, it's got very different solutions to its problems, and a whole different structure to how things are made, and so there's fun to be had there. But it isn't for everyone. I'm not going to pretend that it is. I'm not going to pretend that everyone who likes Factorio is going to like Factory Town. Is that I'm going to like it because I just love everything automation. I just love the idea of having belts moving things around and delivering things made to be, and having systems just work and setting up automated stuff no matter what the setting is. But not everyone wants that, and that's fine. Production line you've been enjoying. Now, production line interests me because I liked it for one playthrough, and then I stopped liking it. And it's maybe changed since then, I don't know. Apparently it's just come out in full release now, and if I had the time, I might go back and look at it. But as it stood when I played it before, that didn't engage me so much, because as soon as I had I could just put together a basic production chain and hit fast forward and win the game. And that sort of ruined the fun of it, and I went through the process of putting together like a properly ratioed system, but then I think the game crashed because of an update or something, and I just didn't have the motivation to go back and do it again. And so I just kind of forgot about it, because it's one big long production chain, and I sort of got bored of that. Because you had to set up the whole thing before anything would work, and that's kind of frustrating. Spending hours and hours and hours putting this whole thing together before it goes, and in the meantime we've got a machine that makes infinite money in the corner of your factory. I don't know, it's hard to explain properly what I didn't like about production line, but I just lost interest in it after a while. If I like trains and automation, I should try Machinki. Rings a vague bell? It is fun to watch the logistics bots just pootling about doing the job, especially here when there's just a whole wave of them doing the thing. Yeah, production line just doesn't have the replayability, and I think that's where it lost me. Like, the first time I played through it was fun, and then I'm like, well, now what? I just do the same thing again. In Factorio, and in Satisfactory, and in Factory Town, every playthrough is different, and that's key. You've linked a YouTube video there, and that's not allowed. Let me just see where that link takes me. Oh, yeah, that's someone promoting their own music in my chat for no apparent reason. So I'm gonna time them out. None of you saw that because it got flagged by YouTube. Well done, YouTube. Time out. I don't know how I can set the timeout time. I'm not sure if it's actually an option. It's weird. I'm absolutely 100% going to cover Satisfactory when it comes out in early access. The videos will not stop. I have them already scheduled up till the 12th. Not the 12th, the 19th. Episode 12 will come out on the 19th. And at that point, I will just carry on playing. I will either start a new series or I will continue the current one. I think I'm going to start a new one because I feel like I got things sufficiently wrapped up with the Satisfactory Alpha Weekend playthrough. And thank you very much, Gaming King, again, for another $5. You're very lucky. On my mega base, there's a train with 50+ kills of me and my friends. Ouch. When you've played as long as I have, you learn to just not touch rails. You learn to just stay away. And to treat all rails with extreme caution. And so after playing, I have multiple thousands of hours in this game. I've only got close to 1,000 on Steam, but I have multiple thousands off Steam from before it came out on Steam. And I got run over by trains many times, and I learned my lesson, and I don't really anymore. Yes, I'm holding out on you with Satisfactory episodes, because I can't just dump them all at once. I've got them queued up till the 19th, one every day. And I'll put all the stuff in between. Though, here's the thing. Let me let you in on a little secret here. One of my Patreon rewards that's going to be happening. I forget what tier it is, but one of the rewards is early access to videos. And I think it's the $5 tier, which is the equivalent of being a YouTube member. And so what I've done is on my private Discord, which only YouTube members have access to, I have posted the entirety of the remainder of the Satisfactory playthrough. Like on the day episode 4 came out, I was like, "Hey, here's secret links to every episode from 5 through 12. Enjoy." So just letting you know that right now, if you become a YouTube member, you could have access to all those. But also, I'm about to launch the Patreon, which is a better way of supporting me. And also, that will give you early access to all the Satisfactory videos. So just putting that out there. If you really want to watch the rest of the Satisfactory playthrough right now, it is all actually available right now on my Discord. Accessible through either being a YouTube member or a Patreon supporter. Patreon will be launched very soon. It does mean you get to say first on the video. I think comments are allowed on unlisted videos, so it will be first, and no one will be able to stop you. Oh, YouTube refuses your card? Yeah, that's the thing. Patreon's better at actually accepting people's payments, so that will be an advantage. So yeah, that's the way of getting early access to that particular series. Because why not? I've recorded them all already. Might as well let some people have early access to it before I publish it all. So yes, the factory's ready. Let's go do the things. It's actually running again. Iron is even built up, in fact, because no science is happening right now. Steel is dead. Quite possibly. That's a thing. Actually, no, it's not. There's still a perfectly good supply here, but it's going to die eventually. But not yet. Now, we had a train. And it was this guy here. Oh, was it that guy? No, it's not that guy. It's the other guy. I took him off the team. I'm going to put him back on the team. Because I realized that actually he can continue doing the job he's doing. So please go to... Where are you? No scroll bar. Am I blind? I may have gone blind. What is it actually called is the question. Is it copper storage? Is that what the thing's called? I'll go look at the name of the station. Oh, I deleted the station, didn't I? I gotta go build a new station. So yeah, we have a massive stockpile of steel currently available in our little outpost. And that does need clearing out eventually, so we might as well just have the train run off that for now. Also, let's have this all cleared. Bit by bit, because there's a lot of stuff to grab. What is early? No, I'm not early access to videos, not live streams. Did I say streams? I'm in early access to videos. I don't know if people are, if I missaid it or people are just making the joke. But basically, when I batch record videos, I will just hand out the links to all of them as soon as they're uploaded, so that people can just watch them in bulk if they so desire. And then later on, it will be published at the proper time for everyone else to see. That's the idea. Something that I made sure of with the Patreon was to put nothing that already existed behind a wall. Everything that is going to be provided on there will be new stuff that I wasn't previously doing, like early access to videos. And I kind of trialed this with the YouTube members by just sticking them up there and seeing how many people watched. And checking that the channel for that worked, ready for use for the Patreon supporters that would later on turn up. Okay, I didn't say anything about live streams. I half expected that I'd just misspoken and said it, because that's how streamers' brains work, trust me. We don't know what we're saying half the time. And we end up saying just straight up gibberish sometimes, and we just have to hope that what we just say stuff and we're like, well, I hope that made sense. Genuinely how it works. Okay, we can clear all this away now, and we'll have plenty of room to actually expand our main bus without anything getting in the way. Which is wonderful. And I can harvest vast amounts of blue belts to probably just dump in the system. I don't know. Yeah, it's my inventory's having a struggle at this stage. You do get told in advance of live streams, but I usually try and do that for like Twitter and the Discord at the same time currently. Right, this is gonna break my inventory. Take it all. Destroy everything. Some talk about the Epic Game Store has come up. I don't know what to say about that. I'll be honest, I just don't have the knowledge or expertise to reasonably comment on the situation. And probably neither do most of the people commenting on it. That's also probably true. And they're doing it anyway, but still, I don't know what to say about it. I don't know what the situation is. Apparently legal issues, I don't really know the details. I just don't know. I have the Epic launcher now because I was given a free key of Satisfactory, which means that by default it was installed, and I'm like, that's fine. I care enough about playing Satisfactory right now to deal with this problem later. We'll be having another E-stream tomorrow. Wait, what day is it? Is it Wednesday today? I'm losing track of the days. Yeah, you may well have another stream tomorrow. We'll see. I might have so much to do that I decide to put it off, but I don't know. We were having so much in the way of technical issues last time that that'd kind of need to be fixed, and I don't think it's fixed. I don't think anything's changed. So, like, because I couldn't play the game in that stream, really, if you were watching. And so, I don't know. I also I have so much to do. So much to do. Oh god. Are these are bots coming to take all my stuff? Yeah, they're here. They're coming. Yeah, I can unlock extra trash slots. I need to do that. I think it's partially Factorio's networking multiplayer. That's some minor issues when playing with E, but on my degree, so it might be a combination of both. Yeah, like... Maybe the Epic Store has problems, but so does Steam. If we're honest, it's a bit of a mess. All of Valve is a bit of a mess. And competition is a good idea, and so if Epic has things wrong with it, then presumably it will fix them in order to compete with Steam. And then Steam will fix its problems in order to compete with Epic, and maybe it'll all work out better ultimately. And I'm okay having 2 launches on my PC, rather than 1, if the both of them are doing better jobs. Like, the Epic situation is more telling. Okay, we're real talking. Like, I mean, I don't know that apparently there's legal issues and like privacy concerns for Epic, and I don't know about them, so I can't comment on them. But what I can comment about is the fact that the Epic Store rising in popularity and developers flocking to it is an indication of how bad Steam is, not how good Epic is. And that's it. That is the simple core of the issue, is that this isn't, like, there may well be problems with Epic, but the actual core of the issue here is Steam. They need to get their act together and stop putting out games that they should not be putting on their platform, and trying to have a completely hands-off approach, because that's totally worked for YouTube, and actually support their platform properly and stop doing everything in their power to stop being the leading games platform. Because it's dumb. It's dumb. It's all dumb. Everything's dumb. Let's just play games and have fun. So yeah, I was clearing out that space all over there. So got some room to work in now. I want to set up this train again so it's running here and getting the steel, because there's a huge stockpile of steel that we can go send over to the main bus and keep that running for a good long while. It's not a long-term solution, but it's a good short-term one. We've got a whole bunch of steel. There's a place that needs steel sorted for now. I've disconnected things somehow, so let's try and get... I mean, we can just get some power poles along here. We need to. I shouldn't open that can of worms. Why did I open that can of worms? I just wanted to play factory games, and I've opened a can of worms now. There's worms everywhere. Look at all these worms. Oh no. I can't hold... Why can't I hold all these worms? Oh dear. Right. You just link up to that directly. That's all working again. That'll run into a train. We'll have a train do the thing. It's all good. And I had opinions, and I expressed them, as did that bike that just went past, apparently. Alright, and this station is going to be steel, I guess? Steel buffer, let's call it that. Steel buffer. Let's color it grey, so just 120 of everything, I guess. It's a lighter grey we want. So 200 of everything. Oh, hello. That's an attack. Oh, we got things destroyed. It's happened. The thing I just kept ignoring in the hope that it would go away happened. The biters are here. Look at this can of worms. I opened a can of worms and they're coming for me. They're tearing down the walls. I've made terrible mistakes. Alright, you, get to steel buffer. Time past 30 seconds, and then get to bus and wait 30 seconds. I think that's the one. Yep, that's the one. It'll deliver them to there and it'll do the thing, and that's all fine. We have steel. Okay. Oh, I've been ignoring some of chat now. No, don't talk about politics. No, that's worse. There's so many worms in politics. I think I made a joke. I didn't mean to, but I think I just made a joke there. Oh dear. Oh, everything's on fire. The world's on fire. So what's the diplomatic relationship with biters on the west? I don't know. They just don't attack me. Biters on the east love murdering my walls. Why did I come here on foot? I have a car. I guess I have speedy legs too, so I can do that. They're still at the wall, right? Yeah, that's the only place attacks are taking place. Oh, they blew something else up. I didn't stock up before I left. Actually, I've got like 4 stacks of ammo on me. I think I'm fine. I think I'll be alright. I walked right past the car. Yep, yeah, I did. I did that. That's the thing I did. Check the offload of steel. Don't want to... Oh, the train was doing that before. It was just also going somewhere else, I think. So I've just removed that. It's okay, Bentham. We love you anyway. Thank you. I love you all too. Why did I not take the tank? Because I'm dumb. But I got a pocket tank, so we're fine. All is good. But I think I run faster than a tank, so I'm going to keep running. I did not realize how far away these biters are. Jeez. Yeah, I sure just got a car. Can I make a car? I can make a car. I'm making a car. Oh, I should have kept some solid fuel on me because it would have given the car a speed boost as well. I like that it has an engine failure to start noise when you don't have any fuel in it. I bet we're basically at the wall now. The moment I get into the car. Yeah, here's the wall. It's been up the last bit of the journey. It's fine. Everything's fine. Alright. All of these are out of ammo. There we go. The bots have fixed that part of it. Now we just need to actually get ammo in all these. I could make a fancy system. I could do fancy gubbins. But we've got like 50 in each of these, and these are all empty, so these must have had 50 in them too. They really did a number on this place. Let's see if we can get 50 in each of them again. I'm not going to fight the biters out there. I'm just going to get an artillery wagon and murder them with it. Because it's easier. And then grab that out of there. So we can finish putting these in. And 50 in there, and then this guy can be back up to 50 as well, and then these are all done. And then I'll just stick this 35 in like this guy here, who seems to get the worst of it, so he's gonna last miles longer than the rest of them. And turn around and go home. It's fine. That'll last another few months. And at some point I will just annihilate them with long-range fire. Why isn't there a train to the front lines? Because I haven't built it yet. I will get on that at some point. Half the problem is the bloomin' trees. It's the trees, man, the trees. So many. The trees are in the trees. Oh, here's the cool thing. Construction bots will no longer get out of the car and try and repair it when they move slower than the car. They're now smart. And we'll wait till I stop before repairing the car. I could run an ammo train to the front line. Not a terrible idea. Trees are a worse enemy than biters at times. Indeed they are. Nukes do deal with trees. However, I don't have nukes. Actually, maybe... Can I make nukes? Let's look at this while driving. No, I'm not able to make nukes yet. Gotta research them. I think we gotta do space science before we get to them. Oh yeah, you can also switch your roboports off entirely if you want to. And here's my other car. I'll just pick that one up so I have it on me. That train's doing its thing, that's all good. Let's go fix utility science packs. The thing that we first wanted to do. Actually, first, let's go stock up on ammo again. That seems like a smart thing to do. Here it all is. Do we have a storage chest? Yes, we do. Excellent. I was smart. And made storage. Oh, there's bots coming for me. Run away! Who knows what they want? So, things we need. Flying robot frames, low density structure. Flying robot frames we need 1 every 3 seconds. How long does it take to make a flying robot frame? It takes 20 seconds, so we're going to have 7 of these. Which means that we're using nearly a battery per second. Are we doing okay for those? Oh, we're doing fine for those. We'll see how the sulfuric acid supply holds up, but we're doing fine in terms of how many machines we have working on the job. So this system here, I'm going to tear it down, because now we've got a new structure we need here. We got new stuff we need to be doing. So, everything clear out. Let's go, everything gone. I don't know why I'm doing it this way. Bots, clear this out for me. Oh, and my inventory's full of stuff. Oops. Let's dump 100 logistics bots into the network. And the same for another 100 construction bots. I need to pick up some more so I can carry on actually tearing things down. What have we got too much of? Just a bit of everything here and there. Random bits of stuff we've picked up. I've got so many flying robot frames. Let's just dump them in here. That's what they're for. Kickstart this system. Not that it has any of the other stuff it needs right now. Maybe that's more like it. Oh, and these need to be put in here. Is Railworld dead? Why does everyone keep asking? Railworld finished! I had a finale episode! Why does everyone keep asking me why about Railworld being incomplete? I finished the series! There's 113 episodes, and then it ends. And at the end of it, I go, hey, it's the ending. Goodbye. Don't get it. There's more Railworld stuff in the future as possible, but just the game mode Railworld, not the series Railworld. Yeah, people keep asking me recently what's happening with it. And it's like, I didn't finish Towns, I did finish Railworld. Don't get it. Right, these can all go. This whole array here is no longer relevant. It can all be deleted. So I'm just going to tear it apart bit by bit. And dump what I don't want, because I will want some stuff. Okay, some of it's being claimed, but in fact, you know, I just can't be bothered. Just tear it down, everyone. Just get on with it. Let's get it done. It's easier. And this used to need batteries. Get rid of those. And yeah, this thing here doesn't need to be a thing anymore. We could just have it do... No, not even that. We just have it do this. Just run along here like a normal belt line. We could even shrink this whole array down a fair chunk. There's so much rearranging we can do. There's one key issue, though, is that we need to make the low density structure. Thank you very much, Mark, for that $5 super chat. Hey, Bentham, what's going on with Railworld? Are you ever going to wrap that up? God damn it. Why do you do this to me? Also, thank you very much. I definitely appreciate it. Oh, the trolls. Oh, the good trolls. The R-bomb. Railworld is not the R-bomb, it's just... There's the T-bomb that's asking me about towns, because then I just go hide in a corner like, maybe one day it'll come back, I don't know. It's been like a year since the last episode, I'm not even sure, and I don't want to look how long it's been. Because it's embarrassing. And again, I've got a load of stuff that I don't want. So many things, just dump it all and deal with it later. I have so many fast inserters on me, jeez. I have every kind of inserter. Look at this little grid here of the 7 different kinds of inserter. It's a nightmare. Where are the bots? Please save me. Oh, there's no power for this right now. That's not going to work. Okay, clear it all out. All this can go. Just rejig it into a simple system. And, yeah. Utility science max. Boom. Wait, no. We need to be not doing this at all. We need to make the low density structure first. That's the thing. So, the thing is that we need... For space science, we need 1 per second of low density structure. And for utility science, we also need 1 per second of low density structure. So we're looking at 2 per second we need to make. It takes 20 seconds to make one in a machine. So in order to make 2 per second, we need 40 machines. And that's the thing we need to be working on. So scrap all of this. None of this matters. Just get rid of it all. I was being a derp. None of this is important. Clear it all out. We need an entirely new system here. Everything that's split off is no longer relevant. And that's why I left this to another stream. Is because it's an entirely new thing. So we just have to delete everything we had. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted to press. Ah! No, get rid of it! Oh dear. It's filling my inventory with so much stuff. So much stuff I don't want. Oh dear. Oh, and all this needs to go. Oh no. And this, and keep dumping things, dump everything. Dump the robot frames, we'll fix them later. Oh, what are these guys? They're just stood in a line. Have we filled up the plumbing storage? Oh wow, the iron deposit has gone mental in terms of pollution. Interesting. Meanwhile, the base, there's barely any. Just a thin layer, and over here it's going crazy. These are probably actually filling up now. Oh, never mind. Nope, they are not filling up at all. Okay. Is this storage full? It is, isn't it? Damn it, I should have built like 4 of them. I need some auto trash slots, but oh geez, hi there everybody. I just looked back at the map and noticed this wave of bots coming for me. Where are they trying to take it? Probably just nowhere. Oh dear. Well, that's all of that cleared out. Let's carry on with it. Oh dear. I'm gonna get rid of the 1 filter inserter I have, because who has 1 filter inserter? And why do I have standard inserters at this phase of the game? Bentham, disable your personal bots. I know I was... well, some of the stuff I want, because it's buildings, like the assemblers. I do want those. So I was just gonna, like, take in the stuff I need and then filter everything else. The issue I'm having right now is the actual... just a dump that I built has run out of room. There we go. How am I getting more stuff? Where does this come from? I'm requesting 500 copper plates, so I don't know why I keep trying to get rid of some of them. Being a derp. Yeah, there's a bit of space in these now, and at some point we'll sort that out and not have so much of it just being dumped into storage. You gave your words you'll be doing $5 tier on patrons as soon as I can. Could I have an early Discord link? It doesn't work like that. It's an automated system. I don't even do anything. Patreon, well, YouTube manages it for YouTube members, and Patreon will manage it for Patreon supporters. And it will automatically add you to the server. There might be... I don't actually know what the process is, because I've never done it myself. But it runs you through a process of joining. Also, thank you very much, Mini Betrayal, for that £5 super chat. 1 year, 6 months, 11 days since the last Factorio towns. A super chat, so you have to read aloud and feel bad. Oh god, I didn't realize it was that bad. I was like, oh, it's probably like February last year. Nope. No, that's worse. That's so much worse. Oh dear, more silver coins for the cup. We're getting a lovely layer. Oh, one of them fell off. We're getting a lovely 2-layer system here of silver and gold coins forming. No one's super chatted in rubles for a while and made it all explode. Okay, this all goes. Everything goes. We need 20 assemblers making the thing, making the stuff. And I don't know that we can actually manage that, because that's 40 copper a second. That is a blue belt of copper. We have 1 blue belt of copper, and it's busy doing other things. So I don't think it's enough. It's kind of crazy how much it needs. I'm scared. It means we've got 5 copper a second reserved for all of the things that need copper. We might have to bring in a second copper belt. We're already having to bring in a plastic belt that we gotta fit in somewhere. Yeah, that's 2007. That is correct. That's when I last made a video of Factorio Towns, mid 2007, mid to late 2000, September the 3rd, 2011. Oh dear. Please bring back towns, even if it's only a finale. Maybe that's what I'll have to do. I really love that series, and I love where it was going, and I felt like it was just getting good, and then I went on a hiatus, like one of the many I've had over time. And that one didn't come back because I actually lost the means to make the triple speed videos for a while. Like, for months I couldn't do it, and then I just didn't... I wasn't happy with the replacement method I got, and I just didn't want to do it. I just didn't want to start it and not have it be right, and now it's just dead, and that's worse than the alternative, so I guess I messed that up. So, sorry about that. I guess that's all I can say. Okay, so low density structure, we can just have 1 belt that's steel and plastic and then 1 belt that's copper, and that will technically work. 40 copper a second though, it's gonna be crazy. We might just have to productivity up the thing to the 9s to make it work. I'm leaving a gap of 4, but I don't need to. I know that's where the thing goes, so I can just leave a gap of 2, knowing that that's enough room for a substation if it's required. So, 2 belts on the outside. And then assemblers. How many can we fit? I think it was 12. I went a bit fast, but that seemed like it was 12. Yep, it was 12. Okay. Then... that's correct. There we go. So we get rid of these, because we only want 20. And we got some wiggle room if we need to productivity it. We can get a slight bit out of it. It's not fantastic. Maybe we deliberately leave more capacity than that, knowing that expansion later is a definite possibility. Oh yeah, in fact, Slorio is going to come back. Yeah, that'll be a thing in come April. What day? It's the middle of March. I'm running out of time for that. I got to prepare. Things to do. Oh, and thank you very much, Tommy Denton, for that $5 super chat. We love you regardless of your schedule. How about Sheepy, Peachy, and Railworld? Hey? What, is in playing Railworld with Peachy and Sheepy, or... That seems scary and wrong. I mean, was that the game mode we played in? It might have been. For all I know. Can't remember now, it was a long time ago. That's the thing, we started... In fact, I think my collaborations with Peach and Sheepy started around the time that I stopped making Factorio Towns videos. It's about the same time. I think I'd been on a bit of a hiatus, and then they turned up and were a fantastic vessel for me to get back into the swing of things. And so I just ended up doing videos with them and not the original stuff I'd been working on. That was the thing. Right, you know what? I'm not going to make an entire new plastic belt. I'm just going to split off the plastic belt that we have. First of all, let's get rid of this mess because I don't need it anymore. Just do that again. That's fine. Then, splitter. And just go off this way. We only need a small-ish amount. I think we need 1 per second of plastic, and this is a 45 per second belt, so it should be okay. Question is, where do we put the damn thing? I think we just run it along here for a minute, and then we hop it down to this middle line here that's currently available. So, like that, and it's going to be a bit of a mess. It's not going to look pretty, but it's going to do the thing. And then we'll have it... No, we don't need to have it go through a splitter. It's going to stay on one side of the belt the whole time. It doesn't matter. Can't make that leap. Make that leap. And then just continue on like this. Until... oh, then there's a belt there. Well, I guess it'll sidestep and become the lower belt. Continue on its merry way until it reaches here. It will join the side of this here belt. In fact, we don't even... Oh, I just picked up a bot. Nope. Be free. Just do doop, doop, doop. And now filling up that side. Then we need the steel and... this is slightly over because I also want the copper to swing around and go in here. Like, my thinking with the copper is we do this. Hang on, that's not quite right, because we need to have a splitter. We need to have the copper line continue if there's potential future uses for it, though I really hope there aren't. And then, yeah, we need the steel to go onto the other side of the belt. So how do we finagle this? I think the answer is this monstrosity. Yep, that works. And then we have our belts. And low density structure all the way along. And then tons of long-armed inserters at the very least for this side, because they've got a lot of copper they need to pick up. Actually, I don't think they need it at a particularly high rate per assembler, but I'm doing it anyway now. It's already happening. There you go. Let's pick a new stack and use however much we need. I just fill up the whole thing. I mean, what is it? It's 20 seconds and it's... yeah, it's a copper plate per second. That's a bit much. And then I'm just putting these on this side for the purpose of symmetry. And no good other reason, really. And then let's have a stack inserter in the gap. So proper high-speed stuff here. And then we'll have some substations on the outside of everything, leaving space for it all to work. And then we have more belts going this way. And then we have output inserters. All the way along. They'll have these join up and become their own new belt. In fact, we can make it a half belt because there's not that much of it, ultimately. So we got another half belt around the place. We had solid fuel, but it's gone. Oh, this is supposed to still be here. Oh, no. I just kind of stopped it because it got to the particular place it needed to at the time. But yeah, this needs to continue and be made into rocket fuel. And I've just gone and taken its spot. Oops. Everything was going so well before, and now my plans don't work anymore because of 0.17, and I'm annoyed. This is gonna sidestep and go over here, and we'll work it out. This is no longer the plastic belt. We stand here and pick up all the plastic. Like a good environmentally friendly factory manager. And it's now the solid fuel line, as it was before, and it continues on its merry way over here. Like it's supposed to. Which means that we have a whole bunch of full belts, which is a problem. So, yeah. Drunk Bentham because you got from to live from Fast Forward. Well done. It's always fun. We're all drunk, really. All the time. You just get used to sounding that way. I like someone asking, who are Sheepy and Peachy? That's the thing, that like they were sort of a phase of this channel that is kind of past now, and because they just like our plans started falling apart, and we stopped doing the weekly streams and stuff. Yeah, when you introduce someone to Factorio, make sure they have plenty of free time, because they will lose it all. And they'll be very angry with you if it was time that they desperately needed. So, be considerate of that. Oh, I know what I can do. Why have I got 2 circuit belts coming out of this monstrosity when this is supposed to be just a massive sink of circuits? I don't need 2 circuit belts at this point. The reason I have 2 circuit belts is to run this. So I can cut this off. I need to just decipher what's going on with all these splitters. So that just balances. And then we're sending half of it that way, half of it that way. You know what? Now we're sending all of that way. That's the new system. So it comes into here, all of it goes that way, and then half of it will then also go that way, and then half of it will continue on actually to the end of the line, and then I'm just going to eat the rest of the circuits. Which is going to maybe cause inventory issues. I have a single piece of low density structure. Dumping it. Alright, and now we have our belt. And now, let's just have an underground like here. An underground like here. These two both go into here. Go through a balancer, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, sure, balance. Do the thing. This belt doesn't need to exist anymore for this section of the main bus. So we can just do that, and then that. We only want it on one side because we only need 1 per second. Well, 2 per second of those, which isn't so much. We can have the other half of the belt reserved for rocket fuel, which we can then make here if we want to. Yeah, I was the one who introduced a friend of mine to Factorio on the Friday before exams week. Because I wasn't thinking. And it was a terrible mistake. And he didn't do well. Genuinely, I think he failed the year. I'm not sure. But to be fair, though, he was resitting the year. So I feel like maybe it was maybe gonna happen anyway. I just gave him his excuse, and that he was gonna find one no matter what. I don't know. I hope that was what it was. That'll help me sleep at night. I have an odd number of blue belts right now, and that's the worst thing ever. Because I have no idea why. So, yeah. That's a problem. Where on earth is the other one? Did I accidentally dump it? Do we have an odd number in here? No. In here? No. Yep, somewhere out there is a blue belt that isn't connected to anything, and I'm sad. Don't know where. Also, we need to fix the plastic supply, because I stopped it. I need to fix it. So you just be underground for a while, and then emerge over here, and we'll work out something. Okay, I know what we can do. You flip, like, do that. Switch sides. No, there's a better way, isn't there? I can't be bothered. This is a good enough way. There, that works. Plastic on one side, steel on the other. Here I am, stuck in the middle with you. And that is that working again. That's all good. Goes into the belt, and now we can actually make the utility science packs. We gotta make sure that this continues to function, because this is our way of delivering the utility science packs. Now we need to make robot frames, battery circuits, electric engines, and steel. So let's have... how many we need? They take 20 seconds, right? Utility science packs take 21. I'm like, I could just do a ratio thing, have it all just mashed together. But I think I'll have them separate, and then I'll have a sort of system where the excess robot frames get turned into logistics and construction robots. That seems like a way of doing it. Seriously, if anyone knows what the other underground belt is, please tell me. Oh yeah, I still have these burner inserters. Get rid of those. I have so many splitters and everything. I'm just... yep, let's dump those. Maybe I already dumped some and that's what it is. Let's hope that's what it is. It's fine. Everything's fine. If it's in the logistics system, I can't see it, and that means it's okay. I am up late. Joshua Kramer, you can generally assume that at any time that I'm awake, I am up late. That's generally how I work. I run off Bentham Standard Time, which is also known as daylight wasting time, where I go to bed stupidly late and I wake up stupidly late and basically drift between UTC -5 and UTC -8, despite living in the UK. Yes, I eat, drink, and breathe Factorio. That's how I sustain myself. And I just don't sleep. I just change factory game. That's how I work. Right, let's have a belt here. And then some assemblers. And I think we need 7. We need 7 of them. I think. I don't know anymore. Was it we need like 2 of these a second, or is it no? Hold on, let me check. I derp. Okay, it's 1 every 21 seconds. Or not, it's 1 every 7, that's it, 1 every 7, so we need 7 of these, so that's 7, so fine. Copy it all over. And then we have another belt coming in here, and then a belt going out, and that's how I'm going to do it. Keeps the inputs a little bit separate, so it's easier to coordinate the different belts leading in. And the things we need are steel, batteries, circuits, electric engines. So, there's the steel, there's the batteries, there's the circuits, there's the electric engines. They are all over the shop. It's gonna be interesting. For the duration, I'm just gonna underground these. That seems like a plan. Just don't be here while I'm doing this. Because it's enough of a mess already. And I need to get to both of these inside belts. Extend this some more. I could automate this. I'm going to automate this. But I've got to make something to blueprint to start with. Oh, you know what? I can use copy and paste. Copy. Paste. Wait, no. Paste. 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 Fill in those last four, will you, bots? The last four, please. Those four. Those four. Yep. There we go. The base bots can do the rest. Bentham, I have a secret for you. You are Factorio. What? No! And then he was Factorio. Set up the auto trash slots. I'll do it later. I've got some already. Just rubbish. I need to put in 50 and just to limit the stacks of those. I need to limit blue belts as well. Oh, not to 100. Why? Why does it just default to 1 and just do it? I didn't... Why? I never really set up, like, most of my logistics properly looking at this. There's a load of gaps in this. Like, all of these things I need. It's because I've not got them being made. That's the thing. So I just haven't bothered requesting. But now I have them being dumped into places. I can have them delivered to me later. So we'll do that, and then we'll have auto trash. Or... in fact, I haven't done even, like, stone and coal auto trash. Like, 100 of that, 100 of that. Steel limited to, like, 400. I need one more thing to make it a nice, round, complete thing. This is important. But it also needs to not be these, because I can make them a row, and I can make these a row with something else. No, no. It's got to look neat. I've already messed it up here, because I've not got the blue and the yellow belts in the right spots. I wonder if I delete these... Aha! Makes it all move up by 1. There we go. That's nice. Right, clear out all this whenever I have it. Oh, uranium. I can put uranium in there. I don't want any uranium on me at any time. Okay, so... inserters. I wish it wouldn't do a default number, or the default number was like 20,000, so I could just lower it to the number I want. That'd be nicer. And circuits and advanced circuits and processing units, and I want circuits limited to that. And I think that's all correct. You see, basically I'm arranging it like I arrange my logistics slots. 500 gears, 50 engine units, 50 electric engine units. And that's something good to be going off. We can just work from there. Indeed, yes, my face is the Factorio logo. I am a gear with a bowler hat on. And yeah, apparently I look really young. Well, I did, and then I got a beard, because I was fed up of looking really young. Now I look my age. It's great. Turns out sitting in front of a computer screen for most of your lifetime means your face ages slower. Get rid of the excess bots in my inventory. I don't want to, because they'll go into the logistics network. They will actually be put in there, I think. I mean, oh no, actually maybe they'll go into storage? I don't know. Whatever. Let's get some stuff being delivered here. Oh, and the things I need are on the lower half of the belt, which makes it so much more awkward to actually split them off. I'm going to do a mock-up here. Like, if we do a split and then we... split, and then that way, and then... Oh, we can just do a filter splitter. I'm being a derp. I forgot we're in the future now. And we can just use filter splitters for everything. Makes life so much easier. Get rid of you. And underground belt. To there. And I haven't left enough room. Turns out, didn't quite leave the space. I really should just have had it go underground twice. So, split you. And then go like that. And then up here, we have filter splitter or batteries. There we go. Clear out that one. Oh, wait, no, wrong side. Other side. Right. Yoink. And that's one side of the belt's done. And then we need electric engines and steel. So that belt will come down here. So let's have the steel come in from the side. Messy, but it works. And then... oh, and then this stuff can be right here too, yeah. So you, and then filter electric engines to the left. Onto there. That totally works. In fact, we can make this neater. We can make this look nicer if we lower the whole thing by 1. Which we can totally do. Yeah, we can make this so much smaller and nicer looking. What with the slight bit of extra space we've got. There we go. And that's the other build sorted. Now all we need is inserters leading there we go, in to these assemblers. And then we'll make a vast a vast number of robot frames. And there we go. It should make just about 1 per second. Kinda. It's also slightly not. Oh, I got this backwards. Oh, I copied and pasted this. I shouldn't have done that. Oh, hey there. Let me just, Doop. Timeout. Someone turned up and tried to just insult me. But YouTube caught, like, all of them till he found a really tame insult that got by it. That was fun. So yeah, this roadport's in the wrong place. I guess we can move it. Why not? Break. In fact, can we move it either way? Oh yeah, we can have it further away. We can just have it out of the way of what we're doing. Let's make sure it's powered. Oh, so that was a really lame attempt at trolling. Literally just turning up and hurling insults. What, were there just like 12? That's what you do when you're 12. Come on. Oh dear. I mean, there will always be kids on the internet. You just have to deal with them. Right, so we'll have a belt running up... No, well, down here? Yeah, down. Maybe. We gotta have it do this fiddly stuff here. Like, we gotta have it do that. This can all go. I think we need room for these things to get around. I've just thought of a neat idea for how to do the... Oh, hold on, I didn't set this up right. It's filtering out all batteries. No, there's a thing we need to do for this. We've got to do that. And then we've got to have this not do any... be priority right. This needs to be the filter for batteries. On the right. And then that can just do input priority right as well. So everything will go through there if it can, and then the batteries will be caught, but then the batteries will go through there if they can't go. It makes sense. Trust me, it'll work. Let me just grab that one thing there. And now, if the battery line runs down, it shouldn't actually stop them going anywhere. We have to do the same for this one here, so... splitter. We actually got to do it like this, so copy, paste, do that, and then we got to redo these. Output left, input left, clear the filter, and that should now work if we... Oh, and that didn't even... Yeah, I accidentally connected things I shouldn't have there. That should now work correctly too. That should do it. I think maybe I didn't need the one re-merging it actually, but I've done it now, so it's a thing. There might be an engine somewhere in this line. I don't know. We will wrap up the stream soon. I just want to make sure that we actually have utility signs done before we finish, because that was the main goal of today before we had some fires and other things happen. Have it like this. We need 7 of these. That's 7. I think we need 7. Yes. That'll make 1 per second. Whoops. That's important. Inputs we'll have for belts that don't exist yet. And then outputs for belts that do. And then substation. I could have put it on the other side actually. Like, I'm just wasting substations having it like that. So grab that, move to there and there. And inputs on this side. So inputs we need: low density structure, flying robot frame, processing unit. Let's get the robot frames. Let's get those over here. We gotta do a slight bit of a shimmy. It's fine. And then we need a belt with the low density structure on the processing units. Let's just have one for both. Go on the ground for this bit. And same here. And then we gotta have a line going down here. So this will be, this time, a processing unit splitter. That will go into this side. And then we'll have this split off, because it does have other things to do. Oh, and we'll make, we don't need to future-proof it. This belt was only just begun. I'm sure that won't come back to bite me later. Something else coming down the other side of this belt and breaking everything. But that, my friends, is utility science packs. Took us a bit, but we got it done. And now these will be made at a rate of 1 per second, and that means we'll be doing signs at 1 per second. And that means that the entire main bus is probably going to implode, and we'll have various throughput issues to deal with very soon next stream. Why blue belts for 1 item per second output? Because I'm making everything blue. Yo, listen up. This is a story about a little guy who lived in a blue belt world. And all day and all night, and everything he sees is like blue belts. Like him, inside and outside. It's an important story. It all makes sense. So, oh, there's still some yellow belts here that I need to purge. Let me just look along here. Like, at any point, is there belt braiding? Oh, yes, there is. So we can't upgrade this bit here, or everything will explode. Good to know. But we can upgrade everything after here. So, blue for you. And blue for you too. And then it's all blue after as well. Yeah, so there we go. Blue belts all the way. Sign should be happening now. Let's go have a look. Yep, we are doing a science. It's all filling up. We'll see if we can get the whole thing running full pelt. I don't know whether I've set up the ratios right for that. Oh yeah, we've got names on these. I always forget about those. Let's have a look at what names we got. Is mine in here? You never know. There's a chance. Although there were two with the same surname next to each other, then that would have been real weird. Nah, my name's not in there. Never is. I've never found my own name in a Factorio game. Multiple other people have, and have linked them to me, but I've never seen it myself. I don't know if my favorite color is blue. I don't really know what my favorite color is. Like, it's... What is a favorite color? Like, in any one moment, you might want a different color for a particular situation. I don't know. It's like I've just never put thought into it, and so I think when I was a kid, I was like, everyone likes red or blue. I'm gonna say red because it's cool. But when I got a car, there was an option, I think, to like there was a red option, though I don't think they were selling it there. They had an ice blue and a silver, and I went silver. So maybe silver is my favorite color. Guess I prefer it over blue. Or maybe I would have preferred like a proper blue. I think it was considering like a deeper blue for a car, but didn't have it, so like, I don't care. Silver, whatever. Michael, I returned to YouTube because I love it, basically. And there were games coming out that I was super excited about and wanted to cover. And so this whole past couple of weeks, I felt this whole renewed motivation to do this, to do it properly, and to be a YouTuber. And I think that this time that will continue, because I think I found enough different things that I'm always going to have something to do. And there's going to be new games, and they're going to be exciting as well. And I think that like the only thing stopping me, like the thing that tipped the balance and made me not make videos, wasn't as like entirely just like motivation to record. It was that was rooted in the fact that, why have I got so many construction bots? I deconstructed a road port. Derp. It was rooted in the fact that there was so little gain from making videos, because YouTube is terrible and ad revenue is terrible, and so as it stood, me making a video didn't even earn me minimum wage as it went in terms of how long it took to make the video. And so it wasn't sort of a sustainable thing, but I wanted it to be a sustainable thing, and eventually, now I'm gonna have the means to do that. I'm gonna make a Patreon, and that's going to allow that, and then I think I will, have the motivation to actually get it done, because it's... Sorry if you couldn't hear me there. Because it's disheartening when it's like you want to do it and you're passionate about it, but also it is, like, you're only pretending it's a career because it's not actually earning you any reasonable amount, right? But the thing is that there's a bunch of people that say they want to give me money, so now I'm going to make the Patreon, and I think that, like, if that goes even vaguely well, then that's going to be the balance tipper, and that'll be the thing that means I will always come back and I won't disappear for 2 months. And in that 2 months, there were games that I was excited about and games I wanted to cover. I just didn't have the motivation to actually do it, because what was the point? I wasn't going to get anywhere. But now I'm getting somewhere. Even without the Patreon, I'm getting somewhere. Now I am making more than minimum wage on my videos. And I can be proud of that because I'm good at what I do. Because you don't just, do so well off the launch of Satisfactory from just... from not having any skill. I don't know. Not to toot my own horn, I mean, I don't often do, but I'm proud of capitalizing so much on the launch of Satisfactory as I did, because it's so easy to let those things slip by, and that absolutely could have happened, but I worked out how to not do that. Yeah, you'll believe in a Bentham Patreon when you see it. That's entirely fair, because I've been talking about a Patreon for probably over a year at this point. And so I don't expect you to believe it until you see it, and that's fair. So, we have high-tech science going, which I think brings us to the end of today's items. Essentially. The factory is running. We'll see how it holds up in terms of the iron supply. I'm a little bit concerned, but it's holding up currently. Is all the science happening? Is it doing the thing? Where's the science? There's the science. It's all going. Researching mining productivity. We finished researching something, actually. What even was it? I don't know. Have we got rockets done? Are they ready? I don't even know. There it is, the rocket silo. We haven't researched it yet. We should definitely get up to that. We can now do it. We've unlocked all the prerequisites. I've got all the trash lots queued up because I like trash lots. And uranium ammo because that's nice. But so's mining productivity. We can't get the next one until we have space science, so I just did the last one I could. And that's that. Let's have a look. Is there anything else I want that isn't already queued up? I don't think so. Maybe lab research speed. Stick that in there. What does that get us to? Oh, that's the final one. And yeah, then I'll put the rocket silo in. Let's have that in the queue. Let us have that steadily approaching. We've got a lot of research to do in the meantime. Quite a fair chunk. In fact, you know what? I'm gonna bring this forwards. Forget all this rubbish. No, we'll finish mining productivity, but then we'll do lab research speed to get that done fast, and then we're gonna do rocket silo, and then we'll do uranium ammo and trash lots. Let's get to space. Let's do it. Oh, and space science packs. Oh, no, hold on. Cancel all this. Space science packs, and then all the other stuff. We're doing it. We're doing the thing. That's our science queue. Let's get the show on the road here. Oh, I thought I was not in map mode. There we go. Oh, the coal's gone crap. Coal, where'd you go? Have I not got it connected? Hank, where does this go? It's this belt here. It goes down, goes across. Goes from here, 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 all along here. Oh yeah, no, this is it's not even connected to anything. What am I doing? What am I doing with my life? Oh, and thank you very much, D. Rudy, for that $5 super chat. I finally get here and you're waxing philosophically without me. You have more of my money. Thank you very much, D. Rudy. Especially appreciated from you considering. Oh, there you go. You unseated a gold coin with silver coins. That was impressive. That doesn't usually happen. That was some good work on the silver coin front there. They struck a major blow against the gold coin supremacy. Right. Back this up, flip it and reverse it. And connect it up to that. And then blue belts for everything. Oh, no, I didn't actually reverse it. There you go. I'm just gonna make this blue the whole way along. Why am I doing this manually? I have bots for this. That's the thing I can say. I was like, why am I doing this job myself? I have robots for this purpose. They will do it all for me. Do I have any belt braiding going on here? There's a definite possibility amongst this mess. I think it's all okay. Yep, there's a lot to be done here. Now we need to scale this up. Whole thing, please. Upgrade it all. Do the thing, bots. And we're gonna stand here and watch them do the thing. Let's get a closer view. There we go, perfect. And that's where we'll be finishing for today. So, I don't think I have productivity models in my labs. Maybe I should, but I haven't done that, so yeah. I don't know, we'll work it out. Yeah, your coins have power. I need to drink the last little bits of my water. I made it the whole stream on a tiny amount of water, which is nice. I'm now going to go and chug a bunch of water, so that's nice. I will hydrate eventually. Who needs modules to stick a fish in it? What? Sure. Sure, fine. Okay, yes. So, that's what we'll end it for today. You'll see another one of these pretty soon, maybe next week. We'll see how it works, maybe the week after, and I'll have a different kind of stream in the meantime. So, let's talk about where I'm going to be over the next, like, week or so. So tomorrow I may be on stream playing Factorio with EE, but with the technical issues we've been having, I'm not sure if that's actually going to happen. If it does happen, it will be at 7 PM GMT. By the way, time zones have changed recently. If you're in the US and that vague area, and your clocks have changed, the rest of the world hasn't. You jumped the gun. What you doing? So everything's now weird and wrong, and everything's an hour later for you now. For the next 3 weeks. Bear that in mind. That ruins all the things. But yes, I'll maybe be streaming tomorrow at 8 PM. We'll see how that goes. There will be continual daily videos of Satisfactory up till the 19th when Satisfactory releases, and at that point I will make more Satisfactory videos. It's not stopping. Factory Town is now out on Steam, by the way, if you weren't aware, so you can now pick that up. I've been continuing my series of that. I'm only on episode 3 because I'm taking up all my time with Satisfactory right now. Yeah, you know my time zone rant. You know. I said 7. Wait, I'm in 8. 8 PM GMT. Shush. Yes. There are problems with 0.17, 0.14, and 0.15. It's better now, apparently. Oh, okay, interesting. I'm as updated as the game was at the beginning of the stream. Yes, so the maybe stream tomorrow, there's going to be Satisfactory the rest of the time. More Factory Town as well. More Kingdoms and Castles when I have the time. More Volcanoids when I have the time. And then the Patreon may be out tomorrow or the day after. I'm committing to it now. I'm saying it, and that makes it real. But I'm still not committing to a particular day. I think tomorrow I'm going to hit send, like, I'm going to hit submit, but I don't know if it'll be ready immediately. It might take a day, I don't know. I guess someone has to review it and check that I'm not just spamming insults in the description of my Patreon or something. I don't know what it is. Shush, Rick, just shush. And thank you very much, Michael, for that €10 super chat. I hope this helps. Like I said, you're really talented and should be proud of your accomplishments. I totally understand the decision for a hiatus. Keep doing what you're doing. Thank you very much, Michael. I appreciate that, and I particularly appreciate the message that it's okay to just disappear for as long as I did, because I feel bad about it a lot. That I just pieced out and didn't even tell anyone what was happening. I didn't even tell anyone that I was gone. Some people didn't notice that I was gone because my uploads had been so spotty leading up to then that they were just like, actually, it's been longer than normal since the last time I saw a Bentham upload. What's going on? Where'd you go? So yeah, whoops. I appreciate that there are people that are happy for me to do that, and people that are happy to continue financially supporting me during that time. I cannot thank the YouTube members enough for not cancelling their support in the 2-month period that I just disappeared. And I've tried to reward them by giving them so much early access to videos. They've got all of the Satisfactory playthrough. They had all the Kingdoms and Castles and Volcanoids videos that have come out so far, like a week before I put them out. I still feel like that wasn't enough. Because it was still, like, it's still just content that we're going to get anyway, just sooner. I guess I also appreciate the people that did notice I was missing, because that means they care. Yeah, I think just winter makes me tired and things like that, and makes me not want to do anything. And January and February ad revenues also make me not want to do anything. Because they're terrible. Yeah, anyway, so carrying on. The big thing that I want to talk about, beside the Patreon, which I guess is also a big thing, but there's another big thing, which, oh, you've interrupted me again. Damn it. Okay, thank you very much to LeX for that £5 super chat. We know you have gaps. We know you have been gaps are quite normal. They shouldn't be normal. Like, other YouTubers are better at this than me. I don't know. But yeah, yeah, so important announcements. So yeah, the Patreon's going to be a thing that happens very soon. I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make it a thing. Like literally, my plan is after hitting end stream, I'm gonna go get some food, drink some water, and I'm gonna sit down. I'm gonna make the banner for the Patreon, and then work out what I'm gonna say in the Patreon promo video, and get that all squared away. That's the plan, and then hit submit tomorrow and see if what happens with that and whether it actually processes immediately or in an hour or in a day or in a week. I don't actually know. Beyond that, on Sunday, on Roll For It, my home on Twitch where I play tabletop RPGs, we are starting a new show. It is called Masks Stormforce. It is about teenage superheroes. I play a guy called Liam Boyd, whose superhero name is Burnout, and he's awesome, and he's very sad. He's very sad and about everything, and he's gonna hopefully have an arc where he becomes less sad about things. It's gonna be great. The show's gonna be running for like at least the next like 3 months, and that's if we don't extend it at all. Yes, and then I will go to bed after all that stuff I'm doing today. Yeah, it's an awesome show. It's great, and in my State of the Channel video, I'm gonna probably put that trailer in there as the thing, because it's also we have a trailer. We have an actual like cartoon, like 90s cartoon style trailer with commissioned art and commissioned music. It's amazing. Please watch it. We have a YouTube channel as well on Roll For It. I'm gonna just, if you don't know what the word that I'm saying, it is ROLL4IT. Roll For It. I'm putting it in the chat. You probably see it already because of stream delay. Roll For It. That's what it's called. If you don't know, go follow on Twitch and subscribe on YouTube. It's great. I love working there. They pay me good money, and this is important to say, is that Roll For It is the entire reason I am here right now, because if they weren't providing me a steady rate of pay from before I finished university, then when I finished university, I would have gone and got a normal job. And I probably wouldn't be able to do this on this regular basis anymore. I wouldn't be able to stream or make videos at any kind of rate that I am doing these past 2 weeks, or even the rates that I've been doing the past 2 years. The fact that Roll For It has been able to pay me a solid wage for my appearances has allowed me to be an internet person for this entire time, despite not having a Patreon of my own, and I can never thank them enough for that. So, yeah, the stream delay's pretty terrible, I'll admit, on YouTube. I can make it shorter, but that means you can't watch as far back in the stream, and I don't like that. So I've left it as long. So yeah, Roll For It is a fantastic, wonderful place, and if you've never watched an RPG show before, you really should give them a try, because I didn't watch them at all, and then I happened to stumble across one, and then I discovered I loved them, and then I went on one, and now it's one of the main jobs I have. It's what I'm paid most for, out of things I do right now, is playing tabletop RPGs on Twitch, and it's wonderful. I love it. And so everyone should go watch episode 1 of the Masks RPG on the Roll For It Twitch channel, which will be at 6 p.m. GMT. Type in 6 p.m. GMT in Google to work out what it is in your local time zone, because times are changing, and it's all messing up. So for like the first 2 weeks of the show, it's going to be 1 hour earlier for the US than the rest of the time. Then it's going to go to a normal time beyond then, when we also move to daylight savings and everyone matches up again. Yeah, Roll For It is amazing. Tabletop RPGs are amazing. Just go watch it. It's great. And yeah, it means that oh, you get to see my face as well. That's a cool thing. SpaceX is doing what? What, Lee? Is SpaceX doing a stream? Because I will go and watch a space. Oh, you're saying that they do the they're doing the latency things. Yeah, you can't go back in the stream if they put it to the maximum, the minimum thing. But yeah, basically just type in 6 p.m. GMT and it'll tell you what your local time is, and then in 2 weeks' time, it's going to be 1 hour earlier than that. That's how you know. But that's all I want to tell you about right now, is the new Roll For It show I'm doing, because it's the best. It's great. I love it. It's going to be awesome. Full of awesome people, other cool YouTubers and streamers. It's great. And yeah, I can't go on enough about how awesome Roll For It is, but I need to stop at some point. Yeah, more videos coming. That's the basic rest of it. Patreon, Mask Stormforce, and more Satisfactory and everything else. And I'm going to leave before my stream crashes, because I'm surprised it hasn't already, considering how it went last week. Already, the frames are going to crap, apparently. They're all disappearing. I need those frames. Where are you going, frames? Come back. Though I like that the current dropped frames count for the stream is 2048. That's a bit of nostalgia at this stage. That's an older game now. Alright, so thank you very, very much everyone for watching. Thank you all for continuing to be members and supporting me, and also for promising to support the Patreon when that actually happens. And also for the super chats that have happened there. It's all great. Thank you for watching. And yeah, that's where we're gonna end it. We're gonna end the stream. I'm gonna go eat food and drink and prepare the Patreon and do all that good stuff. So I'm gonna go to the screen. And I'm gonna say goodbye, everyone. Thank you for watching. And I shall see you next time.